Welcome to vlog number 6. And for this video, I'd like to share more on my journey as an artist and as a creative business owner. So a quick intro. The name of this channel, Gratefully Creating, actually came to be around 2019. So I was still working as a copywriter in an advertising agency back then when two of my colleagues who were in the digital and social media department recommended that I create a different page or account for all my artworks because they'd always see me posting about my art breaks and sharing it on my personal account, and then they suggested that if I want to promote myself as an artist more, I need to have a separate account that will also serve as my portfolio or as a sort of a diary of my creative journey. And thankfully, I heeded their advice. So shout out to Janella and KD. Thank you for what you shared 5 years ago. Can you believe that? 2019 is 5 years ago. Anyway, I'm gonna share also some of the lessons I've learned throughout my journey of building this personal creative brand. Let's go! The first lesson is it takes a lot of courage. And by a lot, I mean a lot. And okay, let's take this back 11 years ago or 10 years ago when I was a fresh graduate of fine arts, and I was making my way out into the real world as part of an advertising agency. I had the opportunity to be mentored by another graphic designer who was way ahead of me, and she told me something that sort of became a catalyst in really asking God for courage. Because she told me, alam mo Iza, magaling kang artist, but you're so timid. At that time, I actually had to Google what timid meant, but it's uh, that conversation I had with her led me to asking God and seeking God and really praying for courage to do uh, to create or even to share my works. So he even, and in his faithfulness, in God's faithfulness, he gave me a word in Joshua 1 verse. I'll read it for us, for you. In Joshua 1 verses 6 to 9, it says there, "Be strong and courageous, for you shall cause this people to inherit the land that I swore to their fathers to give them. Only be strong and very courageous, being careful to do according to all the law that Moses my servant commanded you. Do not turn from it to the right hand or to the left, that you may have good success wherever you go. This book of the law shall not depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do according to all that is written in it. For then you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have good success. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened, and do not be dismayed. For the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." And yeah, that's really God's faithfulness at work in my life, because He gave me a word to hold on to every time I fear anything. Actually, uh, when I first created a separate page for my art and for my creative journey, I I battled through a lot of negative thoughts Like, why would you why would I create this? Why would people follow this? No one would be interested and things like that. You know, the usual mental or limiting beliefs that we go through whenever we're trying something new. And that this word or these verses help me help me move forward or take the necessary steps so that I can do what he has called me to do, and so that I can uh just put my art out there. So that's the first really major thing. It is that it takes a lot of courage. So I hope that that verse will also give you the push you need in order to create something or to go outside of your comfort zone or to do things you've always wanted to do but you've always postponed or procrastinated on, because on the other side of courage, amazing and beautiful things are waiting for us, for you. The second lesson I'd like to share is about comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy, and it will also keep you from moving forward with um with what you're doing. So if you're going to compare yourself to yourself instead of to other people, because when you compare yourself to other people's artworks or creative journey, someone will always be better than you. There's someone out there uh who has more followers than you, or there will always be people who are going to make you feel insecure when you look at their art, when you look at their credentials. So instead of comparing your journey with theirs, start looking at how much progress you've made. That really helped me in also developing my style, because instead of comparing how other artists with a lot of following do their artworks or how they illustrate, I started working on my own art. Like, I'd compare how I did things when I was still in college. I'd compare my progress, how my art style developed, and that helped also in giving me more confidence in what I do. And also it helped me develop a mindset that instead of whenever I join conventions or art bazaars, instead of comparing how I'm doing with other artists, I start seeing them as inspiration or a beautiful community of amazing talent, of people who are in their own lane creating beautiful things with the talents God has given them. Because, you know, God gave us unique giftings, God gave us unique works and unique personalities so that we can also flourish in the lanes that He has given us. The third and final lesson I'd like to share is about the game changing power of gratitude. So how did gratitude change the game for me? First is actually having that purpose or that sort of lighthouse in the way I do things. And my personal brand name already is the uh big flashlight that helps guide me in all that I do. That in everything I'll make, in everything that I'll design, I always pray that God will find me grateful and God will find me faithful with all the blessings or all the gifts that He has given me. And I also, throughout my journey, I've also seen how gratitude can help me stay reliant on God and dependent on God. Because whenever I am grateful, I acknowledge that everything I have are from Him. I acknowledge that all the opportunities, all the people who buy my merch are all blessings from my Father in heaven. And gratitude also helps me see things on a different light. For example, just a few days ago, I had the opportunity to be an exhibitor at an art convention. And there were moments that people would just pass by our setup. They wouldn't even look at our merch. And I would think and grumble to myself, is my art not good enough? Am I not a good artist? Or what do I need to do for people to buy? And I forgot I forgot to thank God for all the people who actually bought a merch from me, because I was so focused on the people who weren't buying, because I was so busy looking at the things that I didn't have. I missed out on being grateful for the miracles that actually happened during that weekend. And I actually cried because God touched my heart that I wasn't being grateful for what happened, because I was also focused on the sales aspect. I had this goal in mind of the amount I would want to earn that weekend, and I didn't reach that goal. So I was complaining, or I was grumbling, like, oh, konti na lang, or I was thinking, what could I have done for me to reach that goal? And in the process, God reminded me that it was already such a big blessing that I get to showcase my art in that setting, or even the amount of people who reacted or interacted with my art was already a miracle or a blessing, and I missed out on that. So I really recommend being grateful and just really having that posture of gratitude towards God, towards the people around you, because it will really make you grow. To summarize, these are my encouragement for all of us. First, be courageous and ask God for supernatural courage, and He will give it to you. If you're going to compare yourself to yourself. And lastly, cultivate a grateful heart, because gratitude is powerful. Thank you so much for watching.